just talking about anime. Guess it's important to hear what they say. Argue over weapons throughout night and day. Now that you listen to the Rant Cafe.
Welcome, whammon and gentle whammon, to the Rant Cafe podcast extraordinaire extravaganza. With us today, we have the absolute legends, GB ASMR, the ASMR artist wonder that took the Crunchyroll Awards by storm. Hello.
Just kidding. I won't whisper them.
Nicely done. We also have the legendary anime rapper, Rustage.
Oh, that's me, the legendary anime rapper. Hello.
That very hype intro there, Rustage. We also have AJ from the Cartoon Cypher, an anime YouTube channel that specializes in dubs because we all love dubs.
Greetings. I'm just along for the ride.
And we have Animac.
Hey, what's going on?
So, with all the lovely introductions out of the way, today we will be memeing on the Crunchyroll Awards. Yes, a yearly tradition. All right.
Is this a kids show? Gather around, boys and girls. Today we'll be memeing on the Crunchyroll Awards.
Yeah, by the way, when Nux says today we'll be memeing on something, he means he's going to be absolutely savaging that thing, but then he's going to be like, it's just a meme, guys.
No.
Well, Nux has
I have a few
fail-safe.
nice things to say about the Crunchyroll Awards, okay?
I
Okay.
have some negative things to say about the Crunchyroll Awards.
Same.
But
I'm just happy to be here.
Well, it is truly our pleasure. So, being that GB actually hosted Best Couple, would you like to take, what were your basic takes on the Crunchyroll Awards from the inside?
Well, I watched the past years, and so I was expecting something totally different. But they seriously upped their game. The set was awesome. They brought a bunch of people in to do the awards, which was very fun. So I presented with Domix. He did Best Fight.
Oh yeah,
And,
Dom's is cool. I love Dom.
Yeah, he was super nice. Everyone was actually very, very nice, and we got
Really
to go
excited.
into the new Crunchyroll office. Is insane. It looks like downtown
Never
Tokyo
been.
at night inside.
Really?
It's brand new. It's crazy. They have the heated bidets as the bathroom. I'm gonna live there one day. But it was
Wow.
awesome, and it was fun to present an award. Best couple was funny for me because
Award that was actually given to the right characters.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that at all.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
I was like,
We'll
what
go
is
through
that?
them and we'll have a great time roasting most of them.
But honestly, I thought it was the best. I'm very biased. Best awards yet.
Last
in
year
terms of
was
the award
better.
section, I thought it was pretty decent. I
was
quite liked the whole spectacle of it. My problems were with the rapping in the halftime thing.
They should have got you.
They should have. No. I didn't. I'm not even saying they should have got me.
They should have not done it at all.
I actually listened to that artist after the fact. I went to their YouTube channel and listened to their other songs, and they actually have some pretty decent songs. But the mixing on that one track and the whole sort of the track that they showcased, I don't know what it was, but there was just something off about the whole thing. And I don't want to be up in here slamming other artists because they do seem really good, but I don't know what it was about that one track. It just seemed very disappointing. You get what
Favorite rapper that we made fun of for a year.
It seemed like
Lit Pappy. They didn't get Lit Pappy. This is so
Oh,
sad.
that would have been great.
it seemed like a lot of people didn't like it. So I'm not an arsehole for pointing it out. But there's a lot of other good
That's easily fixable. All they need to do next year is just hire you, man.
well, not even there's people none like Joshua who would do an amazing job, and even people like Hentai Dude and stuff. There's quite a few people, but
gotta
he might be a
pinch
bit too
yourself.
explicit.
Send something. I bet they would also love that.
He might be a bit too explicit, but there's tons of otaku anime themed rappers out there that would have done a way better job, and they don't even seem to be that big, so I'm not sure how they managed to land that gig. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
Low
agree.
key, it would have been hilarious if instead they would have gotten some YouTuber to make a diss track on other companies that license anime.
Well, I agree with Rustage. I would have liked to see some hit that bitch with the uwu live performed.
Okay.
That's hentai.
That would
dude.
have been
brought up the production
that'd
value.
been something else. Well, I had no opinion on that whatsoever, so I'm really glad you brought that up.
I
Rusty.
wanted to get out of the way because I knew, being the anime rapper on the podcast,
You were just sitting
felt
on
like-
that, ready to.
I
Yes,
feel
he
like
was.
people would have expected me to say something about it, or else they'd think it was weird that I didn't bring it up. So I might as well get my opinions on it out the way.
That's fair.
That's pretty awesome. I thought that they got a message from like Brazil or something that was muted or something.
Oh yeah, that was so. They were having
That was
such
so
trouble
sad.
connecting. Such trouble connecting.
I
to
felt
the
so
other-
bad.
They wanted to, get all the other countries involved. It's not just America who's loving
Mm-hmm.
anime. So
true.
they tried to get other people in, but that was like the only connection that worked, and that was so sad.
And
So
I will
sad.
say this: the anime rap scene in Brazil is bigger than anywhere else in the world.
Oh no.
There are
Really?
there are Brazilian anime rappers with like 6 million subscribers or something crazy. Like, it's huge.
Wow, I did not know that at all.
Yeah,
Would
yeah.
not have expected Brazil.
We always expect Brazil. They have the biggest fans of everything ever.
Yeah.
Fair.
I don't know. I'm a Philippines
Yeah.
guy.
They have the best
Philippines
type
are
of
huge.
jujitsu as well. So
How dare
Maybe
you?
Well,
the kind that
anyway,
can
so,
kill you.
yeah, that's the type of martial art I'm talking about. I don't want to see forms.
Like the type that was specifically designed to kill people.
Clearly,
Yeah,
capoeira
point.
is the better martial
That's why
art.
anyone learns a martial art. Is from
Okay,
them.
we're not debating martial arts. We'll save it for Crunchyroll's martial art awards.
Back to the
which are
Anime
probably
Rapper
never gonna
Awards featuring Rusted.
But back to the Anime Rapper Awards. The first thing
Okay.
announced was the best character design. And the fact that Dororo won, I thought, was pretty terrible.
Can I just
Okay.
say? Can I just say that
Where are
I
you
was-
at?
Can I just say that I was a bit upset at Dr. Stone being nominated? Because I was.
We think that our stream is dead.
Did your stream die?
What?
Yo, you still here?
Yeah,
I'm-
everyone's
I'm-
here, man.
Yeah, I'm here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it died to me.
Yeah,
Everyone
so
disappeared for a second.
people are still chatting.
Nux,
Oh,
relax,
maybe-
bro.
I,
Everything's
Everyone
guess I
calm
cut out.
down.
everyone's gone. All right. So we're back. Anyway, so someone didn't like me talking about Dororo,
Oh,
which was garbage. Okay, not the anime. The anime was fine. The character designs in Dororo were really bland.
yeah. I've not seen Dororo, but from looking at pictures of it and stuff, it doesn't seem like particularly super inspired in terms of the actual character designs.
I mean, they're
Uh,
cool. They're cool
Not
in
at all.
terms of like pre-Edo Japan. It's interesting,
Yeah.
but yeah, I wouldn't say it's anything like wow.
I'll tell
Yeah.
you about character designs that I liked. Mob Psycho had bomb-ass character designs.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that wasn't even
Okay.
nominated.
This should have been the Mob Awards.
Yeah,
Should
yeah, yeah.
have been the Mob Awards, and I wouldn't have even been upset. It deserved it.
Well,
then we would have had the same problem that people are having with Demon Slayer. wouldn't we?
actually, I'm surprised
No,
Demon
because
Slayer
the
wasn't
difference
nominated.
is Mob
deserves
Mob
it.
is like a 10 out of 10 anime,
Yeah,
and Demon
yeah,
Oh, no,
Slayer
for,
is
for
like,
character design.
7.8.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
come on,
Demon
Wes.
Slayer's better
Um,
than that. Shut up, Nux. You
I actually think that
contrarian.
even though Demon Slayer won quite a lot of awards, I think Demon Slayer should have been nominated at least for character designs because I quite like the character designs of Demon
Right.
Slayer. And
I
then
don't-
Designs of Demon
Dr.
Slayer.
Stone, how can you have a main character with E equals MC squared written on his fucking clothes to indicate he's the smart guy and that be nominated for best character design?
It's the hair, man.
Yikes.
Have you
I'm not gonna
seen
lie.
it?
I liked the character designs in Dr. Stone because they had some really great facial expressions. Like whenever things like something weird happened, they had like these disgusted faces.
I
At least
agree.
it's different. Dororo was bland.
I do agree, but maybe it's because I've been spoiled by the Dr. Stone manga, which is way more detailed and expressive than the anime.
Okay.
Okay.
In general, I'm
Fair.
looking at these nominations and yeah, I kind of agree. I feel like this should have been the thing that Demon Slayer should have actually won.
Or at
Yeah,
least have been
or-
nominated for.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been mad if like even Carol and Tuesday won because
Right.
even though
I
like the
would've-
designs, you would have been
because
mad.
it's such Well, more like aside from Carol and Tuesday. See, the thing about Carol and Tuesday is everyone is supposed to be more realistic looking.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I think
So-
even though they went for a more realistic looking thing, I think there's a really good variety in the looks of the characters.
Yo, I would have
And-
been
That's
happy if
fair.
JoJo won.
Yeah, that's what I was
why
gonna
wasn't
say.
JoJo,
nominated?
yeah.
Oh yeah, JoJo's felt like it was at least
Why
should have been
wasn't it
nominated.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like I was thinking JoJo had some amazing character designs. Not just the heroes, you had the villains with all their cool designs, like Diavolo and other ones. Our boy Chocolata, come on.
Yeah, it
One
almost
hell of a
seems like this
design.
it feels like this category was an afterthought.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Like,
here's
they
my
didn't
Because
take.
also,
something
how do you
Dororo.
rank
Nobody
character
could really
designs?
agree.
Here's
I
my
thought
take.
Kaguya-sama should have won out of those.
Here's my take on the whole approach for this year. So
Kaguya-sama had great character designs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
Like
They had a-
simple and great.
they had a lot of, I think, criticism in previous years for allowing a certain anime to dominate My Hero Academia. So I think what they did was they just
Yuri
threw
on
in
Ice.
they threw in a bunch of new categories like best drama to appease
I'm so happy
certain
you're mentioning
people,
it.
and
Yes.
so that's why we have a bunch of different anime winning. So everyone's a little bit happy. So no one's complaining. Oh, this is the Demon Slayer Awards, or this is the My Hero Academia Awards, or this is the Yuri on Ice Awards, right? So I
was
think that's
thinking
what they
the
were
same
going
thing.
for this year. But you can definitely tell, like you said, that some of the categories seem like an afterthought.
Yeah,
Mm.
I do feel
Well
like
said.
that.
Like they're still testing them out.
Okay. Out of in terms
I don't
of
even know if
ev-
it's testing them out. It's like if you think about it, Demon Slayer won what, 3 awards?
Yeah.
4 awards? Something like that. If they wouldn't have included best drama and best character design and best fantasy, then it would have really just been the Demon Slayer awards.
But
But it
see,
didn't
here's
even
the
win best
ironic thing.
animation.
It didn't win best animation.
That's next, and I'm so happy you
Right.
mentioned it. Next, best animation went to Mob Psycho, and I love Mob
yep.
Psycho, but this is the one that Demon Slayer actually potentially should have won.
Yes, I
Well,
agree.
Mob was the right choice.
I,
Mob was
I think Mob was a good choice in this one, and I'm glad.
Said
but
it all
I w-
that Mob won. But if you're gonna give Demon Slayer 3 wins, you should have given Mob Best Boy, and you should have given
Yeah.
Demon Slayer Animation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of agree. Well, no, I would have given Demon Slayer best character design, but it didn't even get nominated.
right.
And this is what I mean when I say maybe they're testing it, because I'd have a better, because some of these, particularly the ones that were added this year, I don't know what their criteria is. Like, how do you rank character design? Is it on expressiveness, like you said, Nux? Is it on how different all the designs are from each other? Is it how do they fit
Yeah,
in the
it does seem
I
world?
would say
lot more
uniqueness
complex.
would be good. Like something that's very unique and then something that represents the characters well.
I actually honestly think out of all of the nominations for character designs, Carol and Tuesday is definitely my favorite.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
looking
some
at
cool
like,
ones.
especially because of it has that whole kind of futuristic look, but not over the top, like realistic futuristic, if that makes sense. And I kind of like how it
Futuristic.
works.
Hey, put that in a rap song.
I
man.
And it's,
It does.
if you think about it, it's the only nominee I think in any of these that has people of color in it.
Yeah.
So-
What?
Well, so
there's
I think
definitely
that we
better
can all agree on one thing when it comes to this best character design. And the thing is, we all have different opinions, but none of them are Dororo.
It's true.
yeah, no, Doro's a good
Yikes.
show, but
Yikes.
like, I would even be okay with it winning like maybe best opening or something, but I don't think it
Except
deserves
Mob.
best character designs.
So,
Yeah,
Well,
Dororo,
anyway,
I
I'm
really
not
like the
really-
opening.
Next to Mob, next
Also,
to
I
Mob.
think Carol and Tuesday definitely deserved the best score.
oh yeah, for
Agreed.
sure. Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah, I could
100%.
go
People
on
were
and on
mad
about
that
the
Dr.
production
Stone
around the
didn't
score.
win.
Oh,
Oh,
come
no.
on.
Score?
No.
Yeah.
The whole entire Carol
No,
and
that was
Tuesday is
weird.
based
People
around
were
its
mad.
music.
They were like,
They have-
"What? Dr. Stone got snubbed for score." I'm like,
Score?
"Where?
Score? They specifically collaborated with Western artists and singers for that.
Tons of
score.
different artists who are like experts in their fields and their genres to create, and they have like a original song in each episode.
Yeah.
If Carol and Tuesday didn't win best score, that would be so fucking weird.
Can you imagine if
Would be-
Dr. Stone
Like,
walked away
it
with
was
that?
Yeah, it was.
specifically. It's like a show that was specifically made to advertise its score.
Like-
almost.
It's less of a show and more of a score with that just happens to have animation with it.
Yeah.
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 More thought was put into the
Yeah, I
story.
think that we're all pretty happy that it won Best Score. I was very
Yes.
happy. I was very happy that Arcada then made fun of Crunchyroll. I thought that was hilarious. Imagine after announcing Carol on Tuesday saying, and you can pick up all this stuff on Crunchyroll.
Except for the show we
Crunchyroll.
literally just talked about.
Right.
That
Yeah, nicely
was
done.
Little
hilariously
asterisks there.
unscripted.
That was good.
So fucking everyone in the green room like just burst out laughing. We're like, you've got to be kidding me. It was
was
too good
amazing.
though. It was too good.
Okay, can I
Well,
complain
God
about
bless
one thing
Tristan.
though? The whole
Yes.
categories of
Please do.
Best Boy and Best Girl, like we decided to do away with those on the World Anime Awards that we hosted because it's so subjective. It's like, what does that mean? Best Boy, Best Girl.
Obviously,
Do Best
yeah.
Male Character, Best
It's-
Female Character, not Best Boy, Best Girl. You know?
That's
Yeah.
true. And
Right,
it's not
because Best Boy is not going to be someone like Reagan or Askeladd.
Yeah,
it's
well,
going to
it's a
be
different
Mob,
vibe.
Tanjiro.
Yeah.
But how
Yeah,
are you
it
supposed
is
to compare
weird.
Mob and Reagan?
Best Boy is it's kind of infallitype. I can't even say the fucking word.
Infantile.
Infallible.
In whatever. It's
Infantile.
It's all. It's all.
It's fine.
you know what I mean, right? It's,
No,
No, please
we
explain.
don't.
Express yourself.
oh fuck! What is the word?
Are you saying infantile?
Infallible.
Infantilized.
Oh,
It's sort of an infantilization.
After like 20 minutes of Rustage's blathering, he's going to say, it's dumb.
Okay.
No, he's like, it's
Well,
childish.
that's the point,
Because
right?
it is-
They're, like,
it's
the
reducing-
cutest favorites.
yeah. Right, it's reducing sort of like male and female characters to who is the best. Oh, he's my best girl, best boy. Kind of, yeah, the cutest sort of
Purest love.
purist. Yeah, and it's
You
kind
would
of
die for
infantilizing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if there was a best male character, clearly
Yeah.
the winner should be Askeladd, because he's not quite a protagonist. He's like a secondary
Like, best
protagonist,
written.
but he's
Yeah.
not quite an antagonist either because he drives most of the story. Like he is partially an antagonist, but not really. So that's why he didn't
Antagonist
really
for like 3 episodes.
he
It-
didn't
well
really
put.
fit into it, you know.
Well
It
put.
would be more respectable if they had best male character and best female character, but it feels like best boy and best girl is appealing to a certain kind of anime fans, which are the types of people who would be watching the Crunchyroll Awards.
I
If
guess.
that makes
Best
sense.
wife.
I don't think you're wrong.
Well, I think that's just anime fans in general.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, Raftalia is cute and all that, but definitely not like a complex, brilliant female character.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Felt like they
Raftalia kind of
wanted to
makes
give
sense.
it to not Nezuko.
Well, like
Like they
shouldn't
were
we-
gonna give it to Nezuko, and they were like,
Shouldn't we like praise better written characters rather than
Yeah,
like
exactly.
cutesy badootsy
Yeah.
characters?
And
I
if it
agree.
was best female character, Raftalia wouldn't have won.
Right.
It,
And
you know,
like maybe it
Right.
kind of points out like where are the good female characters? I
Oh,
want to
they're-
say
right.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
there.
Mario
That's a good
Leona is an
Mario
amazing
Leona.
female character.
like I would like
Oh,
to
yeah,
know
exactly.
that so that I can go watch them.
that's a
you
really
know?
good example, Mario Leona, because she would not be nominated
She's
for best.
not a
girl.
best girl, but she is the best female character of the year from Black Clover.
And that's why she
But-
won our awards
So
for best female.
speaking of best girl, I thought Emma should have won. Personally, because
thought
I
she-
think
Yeah,
I
I
thought
was
Chica
I was
fit
kind
it
of
the
rooting
best.
for. I was going for Kaguya.
I thought
Kaguya
Chica
was-
fit
She
the
wasn't
best girl
nominated.
best, you know?
Yeah, Emma's cool, but I'm
Emma's
I'm a more of a Norman guy.
I like
sorry.
Emma. Or,
I could, I
manga
would have
Emma.
gone with
Yeah.
I would have gone with Kohaku because she's very much not the typical cutesy romance interest you see in a shonen anime.
Yeah, I hear that. I like her.
That's fair.
She's very like no nonsense. I kind of like that.
Best
wonder
boy
if
should
they
have
would-
been Miri
But yeah, I'm
versus
kind of leaning
Shaq.
towards
That's
Emma
a good
right
one.
now. Also, I think that Emma would have won it for me, as well.
Yeah.
Mine was Chica.
Yeah, I really I'm not I never got on the Kaguya-sama train, guys. It got old to me real fast.
Oh, definitely. It was painful.
And
Painful
yet,
in the best way possible.
Wait, so you
And
agree?
yet,
You agree
didn't
because
it
most
win-
people are like, "What do you mean it's a
I-
I
man?"
adore that series.
It will if it saves itself in season 2, I will say that I like it. I think the acting was great. I think like all the jokes were like funny. I think the animation was great. And then I'm just like, I hate all of you so much. I hate the ending and I hate everything that you just put through. So it's more of a me problem, I think.
No, that's kind of the same reaction my girlfriend had.
Any
to-
cliffhanger and GB just goes nuts.
Get out of my face. I binged it all in one day, and I was like, there was zero payoff, and I'm sad.
Yeah, to me, it's like I don't care that much about one relationship and what happens. I guess I feel like I'm beyond that in terms of those romance anime. So it's like I want the stakes to be higher. And then when you're just like, oh, are they gonna hook up? Are they not gonna hook up? I don't know.
But it's a romantic comedy. It's not a serious like drama. That's
the
like
best thing
I love
about
anime.
it, so they get
Anime goes into
together.
Love is War thinking, all right,
They're,
we're
like,
going
too
for
old
some
for this
Ghost in the
shit.
Shell Death Note
Yes.
vibes, right?
I was going for Ghost in the Shell, and I didn't get it, man.
I don't
Thank
like
God
that
Haruhi
it's
sees
more
me.
of a no. Oh, yeah.
Nani?
because that's
Well,
like
have you-
saying
They made a
It's like
mistake.
saying I
Best
wish-
boy should have been Mob. Best girl should have been
No.
Thorkel. And
Yes. Yeah, I heard Kage gets payoff
opening
later. so
should
I'll
have
wait.
actually been Dororo.
What?
Now that is something Dororo should have taken.
Wait,
Oh,
which
going
one?
into opening?
Opening?
Yeah,
Best
opening.
opening.
Dororo is a
Opening.
good candidate for opening, but I
Okay.
also love the
Okay.
Vinland Saga first opening, and I love the Promised Neverland opening.
Is it
I
judged
like
Oh,
the
on...
songs
'cause it-
for them, but I don't like the animation in
Yeah,
the openings.
I don't know, because it says best opening sequence, and I don't know if that's purely on the opening sequence, like the animation, or is it based on the songs, or is it based on a mixture of both?
I
I
would
think
assume
it's
both.
more both, wouldn't
Yeah.
it be?
I would
I
consider both.
I put the song higher than the actual
Yeah, 'cause
animation,
if-
but I considered both.
If I put the songs higher, I kind of like either Domestic Girlfriend or Fire Force, but I thought Fire Force's actual like animation opening was kind of but I really like the song.
Yeah, same. See, I would kind of do the inverse. I would, if I had to choose one or the other, I would almost go with animation over the song because
And if
you
I
could
choose
almost pick any song, but the skill and direction you need to kind of match the song that you're playing.
yeah, because there's some anime that their songs are kind of but the actual opening sequence itself is really good.
Yeah,
Um
I
So,
agree with
I
Fire
don't
Force.
know.
I love Inferno, and the
Oh, it's
opening
such a
is
good
very
song.
well animated, but I don't think it
Yeah.
it's timed to the song that well.
Actually, quite a lot of these songs, like the Domestic Girlfriend one and the Fire Force one, I listen to on a regular basis on Spotify and such, but I don't watch the anime.
Yeah, Domestic
Same.
Girlfriend opening is amazing, but I mean, Mob Psycho is amazing too. Mob Psycho 2. So
I listen to
As
that
far
every
as
day.
animation goes,
Just on my
I would
phone.
definitely go for Mob Psycho. But
I
as far
do
as the
think Mob
song goes,
Psycho-
I would go for Dororo.
I do think Mob Psycho, deserve to win.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
feel like Mob
I-
Psycho
I agree
deserves
with
to
you,
win
Nux.
a
The song
lot
for
of the
Dororo
categories.
didn't enough love.
I will say these awards, like when you watch them live, they were quick, weren't they?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I was confused. I was like, oh wait, it won because they were just like bam, bam, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
A lot
You
of
know, like,
people had a problem with that because they felt
I
like they
did
didn't.
too.
Yeah, instead of all
I
that
do
rapping,
too.
maybe build up the
Yeah.
awards.
I actually agree
Yeah.
because I think everybody cares about every single award. I don't think any of them are really throwaways.
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
maybe that gets into kind of like what I was saying before. You think a good buildup would be specifically outlining what we're judging these on, or what you're supposed to be
Yeah.
judging these on,
And I want to like
before
hear it.
announcing
I want to
everything.
hear, oh, who won? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because every year we get like this confusion of, oh, why did this one? Why did this one? When it's
Mm.
like,
That would be interesting to actually
Yeah.
talk about it.
Have someone debate it. Just a
Yeah.
live debate for each
We
one.
didn't know the winners. Like I didn't know Kaguya won. I didn't know until I got on stage. So like we couldn't like prepare to talk about it. I just talked about it. for a few
it's funny that every year they keep bringing on these new personalities, but it'd be nice if there was more banter between everybody to like flesh out more of why certain things won. Maybe the host agrees or don't agree with them. I think
Because
that
it's not like other award shows where you have the opportunity for someone to come up, accept the award, and say
and
like,
leave. Yeah, or we'll say their piece and
and
then
do a
go.
speech, right?
Yeah.
Because you're kind of talking about people that aren't there right now.
When
'cause they're
Bruno
all-
Bucciarati won Best Voice Actor, they should have called out Sea Dog to at least say something about Best Mom.
It would have
so
been funny.
they have to at least have something there.
Actually, that's a great idea. Now, 'cause
I-
if like for the voice acting sections, particularly the English ones, what if they actually? Because I know some of the English voice actors were at this thing.
Did they-
So
Oh,
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
wouldn't it be
Call it
good if
someone.
like if we were specifically celebrating people like best voice actor, best composer, or something, like if they actually got on stage and accepted the award?
It feels weird
I
that
mean,
they didn't.
bad because it was like best performance by a Japanese voice actor was, and I was like, oh, you can't call up the English voice actor to say, well, thank you, thank you.
well, like some voice actors have translators and stuff, but I can understand it'd be harder for like Japanese voice actors or Japanese directors.
Yeah.
But like for the English voice actors, you could have done it. I would have loved to have heard what Billy had to say, because I do think he deserved that award. He had a great year last year in terms of voicing roles between Shield Hero and Promare.
Maybe that's something they can do in the future.
Promare.
It seems like
Yeah,
they're
I
only
mean,
going up.
He
from
played
there.
Gallo
Yeah,
in
They-
Promare.
I
the
feel
protagonist.
like Crunchyroll, they're not entirely stupid. I feel like they will improve next year. I feel
I
like
think
they,
so.
they're not
That's-
behind.
Well, that's one thing that people have praised. It's that this year isn't similar to last year. They keep trying to improve,
Mhm.
Yes,
but
they
I
try.
think what they need to focus on is, instead of just adding things or taking things away, focus on a solid structure and then improve off of that.
Yeah, I think next year they're gonna get Ricky Gervais to host, so it's gonna be different.
Yeah, like one
Gervais.
consistent host actually that could bounce off of everybody else might be a good idea.
Yeah, to kind of
yeah.
create a narrative that goes throughout the award show, right?
They need a funny guy, a funny man who can do it.
Gene Evanito should host the Crunchyroll Awards.
Oh my god.
And our Crunchyroll, if you need someone to host like the English the English voice acting awards, you know my number. Like, since that's literally not what I talk about for.
Yeah. But as far as what you were saying about throwaway awards, I think they were like, okay, so we're giving best anime of the year to Demon Slayer, and Vinland Saga clearly is the best. So let's add a best drama category.
Yes, can we talk about that? Because how is Vinland Saga even a drama? You know, why is it a drama as
It's a
opposed
drama.
to?
It's a historical period. There's nothing magical about it, is there?
I would say it was a
You
drama,
could
but I
still
also
have a drama
nothing
that's got
fantasy
supernatural
about it.
stuff in it. There
Yeah,
were
no,
plenty
but-
of
Anything
romances.
supernatural? I don't
Yeah,
think
no,
so.
drama could be anything because this isn't like period drama, right? It's
Yeah,
not what the
anything that
award says.
invokes emotion could be classified as a drama.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So why call it a drama rather than an action or anything else? You know, I don't know why it was specifically drama that was created as a category, and then Vinland Saga ended up winning it.
Because couldn't you say best drama would almost be ubiquitous with like best romance or say a best slice of life?
just
Yeah.
looking at
Yeah,
Is
Fruits
maybe
Basket's
what they
in
wanted
there.
to go for?
Fruits Basket's in
it
there,
almost
that's
feels
fine.
like best drama is just this show has some people experiencing negative emotions in it.
It's like you're not watching it because it's funny, and you're not watching it
Yeah.
because it's fantastical. You're watching it because it's dramatic. I guess
Yeah.
that's the...
Maybe, but
Primarily
to me,
dramatic.
to me,
I'm
Vinland
not
Saga
salty
doesn't scream
that it won
drama.
best drama. I
think
think
it should have
probably
won.
was
It's
the
action.
best drama. But
But
it was.
there was
I
a
mean,
fuck ton
but it
of
was also the
drama.
best anime.
Yeah, I think it should have won best anime. Vinland Saga.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
absolutely. And
mad.
it did
mean-
in the World Anime Awards.
Yes, it did. And best director, they gave it to Attack on Titan.
I mean,
wrong with
Like,
Attack on Titan
Attack on
has to get
Titan-
something.
Right. I feel like it was because Attack on Titan had to get something.
Yeah.
I think there was better direction in other anime.
Well, season 3, part 2 was
It's better
pretty dope,
direct.
but part 1 was.
Like, I mean,
Mm.
direction isn't something I pay super attention to, but I do think Attack on Titan
Well-
season 3 is great, and they have
Araki
to give it
Araki
something.
has a very particular directing style that everybody is aware of, and that kind of gets into it again. Like, what are we judging them on as a director?
Because
Every director has a different
So much
style.
enjoyment
It-
from
it is-
watching basically Glass Reflection pull out the thingy and say best director Tetsuo Araki. Like, so sad. I was like, oh, poor guy.
Hesitation.
it's not inherently visible what the director does to a casual audience in terms of anime as opposed to an actual movie.
Correct.
And so it's hard for people to judge on which shows have the best directing. Like
Agreed.
For example, I think that best drama could have been Attack on Titan. It was more
Was it even
dramatic.
nominated?
Yeah,
No.
actually, I could see
Well,
that.
But
That's-
I
yeah, that's the
still
other thing,
chose
is
Vinland
best-
Saga.
is best drama best at being a drama or just the best of the drama
At being
category?
dramatic.
That's
Best
fair
of the
either
drama
because
category.
There's
Yeah.
a difference between drama and, I guess, being dramatic. Attack on Titan is very dramatic in a good way.
Yeah.
there's also a lot of drama.
It's just like Vinland Saga. It's action.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
action.
so that's
Action.
my thing here. So we have like the categories. We have best drama, best fantasy, best comedy, but we don't have best action, best thriller, best I don't know, horror,
best sci-fi.
right? So it's like where do you
Yeah, that
draw
would've
the
been
line?
Where do you draw the line?
Just fucking
Because
out
some
of
of these
it.
shows are
does feel-
also
Best slice of life, you know?
Some of these shows are
Yeah,
also
those are good.
multi-genred. Like Mob could be a slice of life in some episodes, and then
Could be a
in
drama.
science fiction
Yeah,
and
that's
drama
true.
another one. So,
Well, isn't that the beauty of anime?
well,
Exactly.
it is.
Well, that
That's
makes
what
the
makes these
award
so that's what makes
so
these award
weird.
things hard, because it's
And
like
I'm starting to agree with you guys that it feels like they made those two categories specifically so they could give certain anime awards.
awards.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they wanted one award for each big show, and Demon Slayer won everything else.
I just thought it was weird. that
Tune
Demon
into the
Slayer-
Crunchyroll's 2020, ladies and gentlemen, where interspecies reviewers wins everything.
Demon Slayer didn't win its other categories, really. Which
Okay.
I know.
I
Okay,
just
so
wanna-
best fight scene, I'm okay with that. That was a
I
great
wish
fight.
it
Wait, are we gonna
That
just skip
one.
over best fantasy because we were talking about that? We didn't.
All right, best fantasy: The Promised Neverland.
Well,
Yeah.
what I wanted to say is the Promised Neverland enough of a fantasy to win best fantasy? Because even though yes, it's set in a fantasy world, most of the actual season is just sets place in an orphanage, which is relatively normal and not fantastical.
Yes. So
I
Like,
feel
it
like
just has
Fruits
the-
Basket is a better fantasy.
it just has a kind of
Oh
fancy
my god!
backdrop.
I never
right?
thought
The
of that.
Promised Neverland, if you think
Well,
about it.
I have the example of the Chronicles of Narnia, the movie, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
technically a fantasy because there's the Narnia place and they go to it. But
Yeah.
imagine if the Chronicles of Narnia, they never actually went to Narnia. They just knew that Narnia was there and they only go to Narnia at the end of the movie.
In like
Would
the
you
last
still
10
classify-
minutes
Is that
of
a
the
Yeah.
movie.
fantasy?
Would you still classify that as a fantasy movie even if the entire movie takes place in the house, in the manor? That's what The Promised Neverland feels to me. And so I wouldn't even know if it deserves to win Best Fantasy because I don't really classify it as one based on the season that they're
Oh,
doing. the
maybe
award.
I'm biased
fair.
because I read the manga every week, and it's very fantasy right
Oh yeah,
now, and it's
I
really
imagine
good.
I imagine the manga is, but it doesn't feel like this is based on the manga.
Yeah,
If-
because this is only based on the anime,
Right.
and I would consider
Right.
The Promised Neverland a suspense thriller first and foremost, not a fantasy.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's more of a dramatic thriller.
Everything's a drama, women and gentlewomen.
Also, by the way, the
Welcome
whole
to the Drama Award.
Nux, the interspecies reviewer thing you said it as like a passing thing, but you're definitely going to troll the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, right? You're definitely going to do this for
Well.
real, right?
Actually, that brings up a good point. Do you think we could ever see a Best Ecchi award?
I hope
Oh.
so. I hope I live long
Do you
enough for
think they
that.
would do that?
Yeah, maybe. Are they?
They
Do
won't.
they have? They have ecchi on Crunchyroll? Do they?
We got plenty of Ecchi on Crunchyroll.
Oh, yeah, they
Are you
do.
kidding?
Yeah, if they have ecchi on Crunchyroll, it doesn't feel weird for them to include it in their awards because
People like to
Otherwise-
pretend it doesn't exist, though. When it becomes
Well,
like
yeah, and that's just it. I think that's.
oh,
Well, this is kind of the thing that I brought up when I covered interspecies reviewers. The more platforms become more mainstream, the more cautious they might be about
Uh-huh.
how they're appealing to the mainstream.
Yeah, imagine
Yeah.
describing like Keijo.
I did
Keijo wins
that.
best
Okay,
sports anime.
Keijo,
I did do
it
that.
is.
well, yeah. Why isn't there not a best sports anime? Is there just not enough best?
Well, there's
sports-
not enough.
Yeah.
Three
as of right
sports
now.
anime, but
Okay,
there
that's
could have been
fair.
a best isekai. That would have been hilarious.
Oh, there's so
Well,
many isekai.
The problem
you're
with
right.
having awards like that is every year that we're going to fluctuate with how many of certain types of shows that we get.
That is true.
Because
Thing
you're
is,
right, we do have a
isekai
lot of
became
isekais
such-
right now.
The fact that there's an entire genre at this point of people being hit by trucks and sent to other worlds where they gather a harem and defeat the demon king is a huge meme, and they should have cashed in on the meme.
Well, here's another idea. What about best anime films? I'm surprised we don't have.
I
that.
could not believe
Oh
they didn't
yeah,
include best
that's
anime. film.
weird.
They had
Yeah,
that
I
last
didn't
year.
even-
I was
Think about
thinking that
that.
the whole time. Promare. There was
Yeah.
Fate Stay Night.
That was
There
Weathering with
was
You.
One Piece. Weathering with You.
Because if you notice, none of these awards have films in them.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Was
Konosuba.
that intentional?
It's so vast.
Here, I was
That's
so
a good point.
disappointed.
Yeah, best anime
when,
film.
when
was
they were
like-
doing best animation last year and they gave it to a movie. Like they gave it to what did they give it to?
Wasn't it a silent voice?
Silent Voice.
Yeah.
I think they gave it to Silent Voice.
Which is fair. That's a great film.
Like-
but like Promare could have won something.
Yeah, it's,
Would Weathering Into You have counted?
That's
For
isn't
this?
that 2020? Was
Yeah,
this
why not?
2019?
Well, like it aired.
These
That's
are
just
most
it.
of these
It
are
aired
2019.
here in 2020, but
I think
didn't it air in
that's the thing.
Japan in 2019?
Like B-Star, they couldn't because it's not here.
Here. Okay.
Yeah,
So
B-Star
it
should have.
would be
Okay,
well.
so
They'll be
Lego
nominated next
C.
year, like 2020.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
I would be surprised. I think Lego C would have been a great best boy candidate.
Yeah.
Side note,
You'll probably
good job
see 'em next year.
Netflix saying that it was going to be here at the beginning of 2020. March is not the beginning of 2020.
First quarter.
Technically, it's in the first half of 2020.
Yeah, first half.
Don't get me started on Netflix.
No, because they put out that tweet that's like, "Oh, the dub is the dub and everything is coming first thing 2020." It's coming out like the second week
And
of
for all the new
March.
categories to pop up next year, the Funimation Standards Awards.
Oh, boy.
Uh,
Ah,
to be fair, I'm so glad. Like, I don't watch any dubs at all whatsoever, so I don't even know like any of these voice actors or the issues going on. So I'm like totally out of that loop.
and that's why you have me.
Yeah, you're
just
you're
slapped
not out of
AJ
that loop.
across
So good
his
luck.
virtual face.
Well, it's literally like that's what my channel specializes in. We talk with people in the industry and we do coverage is about like what these issues may or may not be.
Yeah.
Like everybody memed and stuff about the interspecies reviewers thing, but we actually tried to break down realistically what may or may not have happened. It's buried in memes, but we try our best.
I know. I wonder who.
definitely-
I wonder who here
I
keeps
don't know if this
burying
is-
everything in memes.
We have like a quarter of our comments like
Could you?
linking to you and Anime News and Mal for that, but
I don't know if this is a weird thing to say, AJ, but you definitely have the voice of someone who talks about negative things in media. If that makes sense.
Wow.
well, here's the thing.
Wow.
No, like a kind of like
In
a
what way?
newsy sort of in a sort of this is what's going on. In a kind of you sound concerned, you know.
About
I'm
the
not
world.
concerned. I'm
This
just
is AJ
tired.
Cosplay, and welcome to How to Catch a Predator.
No.
I'm not concerned. I'm just tired. Like if you look at my cosplays and everything, most of my characters have like resting bitch face. So that's
you know what I
that's kind of just in general how I am. But no, I'm just tired because a lot of it's always an uphill battle, kind of fighting misinformation with regards to how a lot of things go. Like I love memes and everything, but when people are legitimately trying to spread misinformation, like about the interspecies reviewers thing, that makes me sad because it means that a lot of people that did work hard and are trying to figure things out aren't getting the credit or respect that they might deserve.
So, what was your
Yes.
conclusion from your research? What really happened? Like very briefly.
What's this gonna do?
All right, no, we can't do that. Not on this stream. This is the
I can-
interspecies reviewer-free stream
If you want later, I'm
We
more
will be
than happy to
talking
talk
about that
it. But
on
yeah,
our
let's keep the focus
podcast
here.
next year. Podcast next year when we talk
And you
about
better
the
fucking
Crunchyroll
have
Awards.
me on that.
What's the next category? No.
All right, so the next category is GB. What did Connor say after he announced Tanjiro as best boy and went into the green room?
I said, Connor, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. And I'm like, are you
This
sure?
sounded
No!
so defeated.
Big.
I think he knew that he wasn't gonna win, but he got to he got to plug the Bruno just as best boy, best mom, best everything. So I think that's all he wanted was just a platform. Truly, he won in his heart.
The fact that he goes to business meetings, and I know he's told me
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
he-
Mamoni shirt and the suit jacket. The
He looked
JoJo merch.
very fly, very professional. Anime professional is the new.
Anime professional, that's the
Mhm.
style.
Very important pressing question is, who was taller, you or Connor?
Me. I didn't know who you were gonna say
Yeah!
next, but me.
Oh, and
I'm 5'10", which isn't that tall, but I also like to wear boots a lot. So then I'm like 6'1".
Those boots.
I'm
was
about
oh, man.
surprised that I was taller than Connor because he always seems so big in his videos.
me and Connor are about the same height. Like
Mm.
I've met him a few times, and yeah.
Yeah.
I met
I
Connor,
can-
and he's a
Yeah.
gentleman, and that's all I'm gonna say.
He's an amazing human being.
It's
Yeah.
true.
I'm not going to.
He should have won the best boy category. Just
Yeah.
Connor.
Honor.
He
Agreed.
deserves it. He deserves
Yeah,
Oh my
why is
God.
there not a
Mirror.
best anime YouTuber category?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
He's
that
so
that would not be a
no.
total
That
would be-
disaster.
No.
You know what? We need to get in like the
Besides,
streams.
best anime YouTuber. It's Crunchyroll's French platform. Hurrah!
Oh my god, how awkward would that be though? Because you have
Crunchyroll.
most anime YouTubers at the award.
And just be like,
Imagine
well,
they
this
get
is the
like
same
Mother's Basement to announce best anime YouTuber, and it's like glass reflection.
But it's not awkward
Someone
like
else.
at the Oscars when someone wins Best Actor, like you have all the other actors there. It's not.
And you train a camera on their disappointed face.
Yeah, we gotta
True.
have that.
Yeah,
We
Mother's
can't have
Basement.
anime
Imagine
YouTubers.
Mother's Basement is like, you know what? I'm the best fucking YouTuber. I'm not reading this
Oh,
shit.
that'd be so much.
Just throws the award away.
Well, the only thing I worry about, like, if we were seriously considering a best anime YouTuber, it's that pretty much anyone below 1 million subs doesn't even have a chance of getting nominated.
Yeah, if it's a popular
Ostensibly.
vote, it would just be like
Yeah.
a Tana Manju situation.
Oh,
it
that's
would
true.
literally be
I forget that it's popular
Anime
votes.
Man, Aki, Nux, Giga. It'd be like all the big dogs every year. And if you think about it, every year we don't really have that many people
GB, so I mean, I
entering
don't know.
that.
Yeah, you could say like the work that
Entering
they've
that
done
pantheon.
year. But it's also like,
What about best anime YouTube video
ooh,
instead of like creator?
Mm.
that's
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
to.
And
that's hard to
surprise,
determine too,
it's
though.
GB's Hunter x Hunter ASMR.
Here I come.
It's the Deku versus Naruto rap battle by Rustage.
Yeah, by Rustage.
Or maybe
And here we
instead
got some imposter rappers to perform it.
of- or even instead of like having an actual, maybe just honor the YouTubers, the people that kind of make the community, similar to what Giga does every year.
Yeah, that's fair.
That'd be cool.
That'd be a good idea.
It
I'm
was
just
like
spitballing.
2 years ago, so I don't know if that counts as every year, but okay.
They could always just do best upcoming
Hey,
anime YouTuber.
What twice is a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern. So like, by
You
this
did it
time
once,
next
though.
year.
What we should do, guys, is for the next World Anime Awards, we bring GB in, and we get her to use the 3DO to announce them.
I'm ready.
Excellent.
Binaural
Hell yeah.
awards.
Well, we're gonna get a lot of
ASMR awards.
we're gonna get a lot of sleepy new fans.
The ASMR awards. That'd be a
Best
snooze fest.
tingle.
I'm
Best tingle.
my
We
vote goes
have
to guys.
a cork pad.
My vote goes to ASMR Network. Sorry, GB, no offense.
That's okay. None taken.
Please, guys, don't Google ASMR Network.
Too late.
All right,
what's
then
the
do
next
it.
award?
Just do it.
Yeah, well, come on. What's the next category?
But they gave everyone that announced an award, they pretty much kind of fit the bill. Like Connor announcing Best Boy is perfect. Because like
'Cause he
he's
is
best boy. So him announcing Best Boy is great. GB announcing Best Couple is great. Cause like, I don't know, you're
I'm
an
a
awesome You're a girl!
Wow.
And you have a great like I don't know, you have a good relationship.
I'm
And online you have like this lovely
Famously-
persona.
Famously,
it's
she's
all
the
great.
only person who's in a relationship
Jesus Christ, that's not true. What?
in the anime
no,
community.
no,
the
it's
only
not.
And
Yeah,
then, as
I
someone
don't know.
pointed out to me, of course, they got Mother's Basement for Best Antagonist.
Actually, yeah, that
So-
feels planned. Just a
Yeah.
little.
Oh, we're doing best
That was
antagonist.
kind of
Yeah, let's move on to best
It is.
antagonist.
all right.
All right,
So,
wait. I gotta
Isabella
dip.
won.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst.
All right, sure.
I was a temporary guest, but thank you for having me.
Oh,
Go
Thank you
ahead.
for
Oh, it's
joining
great
us.
to have you.
Oh.
Nice to
Go
meet you.
fight over the best antagonist, because that's the spicy one.
You're always invited back. 'Twas a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Have
Thanks,
fun
chat.
doing whatever you're doing now.
More work.
Joy.
Oh,
Alrighty.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
bye.
Bye bye. Thank you for joining
See
us.
ya.
Now let
Okay,
me
so best
defend,
antagonist
guys.
was weird.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say best antagonist was weird because I don't know why Carolyn Tuesday is even here because she's not really an antagonist.
Oh,
She's
Angela?
more like a
Yeah.
Angela. She's more like a rival.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, it feels like Carol Tuesday was nominated for a bunch of awards that it didn't need to be.
I
Um,
agree with that, honestly.
But I was pretty. I saw there was a lot of. It was the only category I saw a ton of argument about after the awards, just casually on my Twitter feed. But I was pretty happy with Isabella. But I know that you guys are gonna be all like, ask a lad.
Gonna be Askeladd. I don't think Askeladd should have been nominated. He wasn't really an antagonist.
Thank you, Nog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
Alright.
and I haven't watched half of these shows, so I can't really comment.
No, so I'm actually interested in your opinion on whether or not you think Garo should have won.
So Garo manga should have won, but this wasn't manga.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, it's torn. Isabella's a great character. I would have still gone for Garo just because I'm so biased since he's so great.
Yeah, so for me, I think that Isabella definitely deserves it, and I agree with you, Nux, about Askeladd because as I said on Twitter, I think that Askeladd would be considered a secondary protagonist or a secondary main character. There's actually a name for that called Deuteragonist.
Yeah, Deuteragonist.
Yeah,
I
because
could say the same thing about Angela, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you there too, but I mean, I think that Askeladd, yes, he is in some ways an antagonist to the main protagonist, but he also drives so much of the plot. There's so much focus on him, on his backstory. I would definitely say that he's not just an antagonist. Yeah, he's in some sense an antagonist, but he's more than that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I get that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the Isabella win. So I wasn't.
I think Isabella's great because she was so creepy. Like she was such a contradiction, walking contradiction.
She's a different kind of antagonist, and I like that.
Yeah, she's an unsettling type of antagonist.
Yes, exactly. She makes you feel so uneasy, and I was
like you don't want to be in the same room with her.
Yeah, because it's like she doesn't seem evil. She seems like caring towards these kids, and yet she's super evil. And it's like, why? Why is she? Like, why does she do what she does? Like, her motivations drove me insane before I watched the whole thing, right? So I was like, wow.
She kind of reminds me of that boss that you have, like, at work that smiles a little bit too much.
Yes.
But hasn't really done anything wrong, but you still just don't want to ever see them lose that smile. And that's a good antagonist. Somebody that in general isn't just bad, but invokes an emotional reaction out of the video.
Yeah, no chat. I'm not defending Isabella just because she's a MILF. Stop it, okay? Stop stereotyping me. Stop stereotyping me, chat.
Okay, so I guess this is the one Isabella, we have the least amount of contention.
I would have still gone for Garo.
Yeah, that's fair. But
even though it wasn't like the manga.
Okay, what are some antagonists that weren't nominated? That
it just didn't get to the best part of the manga.
What would you say some antagonists that weren't nominated that you think should have at least been nominated?
I don't have a list of nominations. Was Diavolo nominated?
Who was the antagonist in Mob Psycho season?
Oh,
the claw place.
Okay, yeah, I guess you can't put like.
I found her relatively underwhelming as well.
Okay.
Overwhelming.
Did Dragon Ball Super?
Ball Super didn't air. But as far as antagonists last year, I just thought of this right now, actually. I'm surprised no one mentioned it in the chat that I saw. The Devil from Black Clover is such a great antagonist. It is so sad he was not nominated.
Oh, yeah, because he was introduced like the last week of December.
So just missed it, maybe.
Yeah.
That's how.
Okay, they're still next year.
Yeah, don't worry.
I saw his introduction on Twitter. He was creepy.
Yeah, he's
it's such a simple design, but it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Was Katakuri
in the manga? Honestly, the manga's next level. The actual art in the manga compared to the anime. Like he's really creepy. He's a creepy dude,
bro. Wait, did Katakuri appear in 2019? Because I would.
He might have been the year before.
Yes. Katakuri versus Luffy was in 2019. It was my favorite fight of the year.
So
yes.
You think I would have said Katakuri for a nominee for best antagonist, maybe?
One best antagonist. Like he was one of the best characters in One Piece.
Yeah. So okay. I felt I didn't want to come off as too much of a One Piece.
You're
fanboy.
right.
But yeah,
as much of a One Piece fan.
Wow, yeah, One Piece didn't show up in any of these things.
People kind of forget that the anime even exists.
Yeah, because it's constantly
airing.
Care
about the manga.
It doesn't have specific seasons. It's constantly airing, so people just overlook it all the time.
Yeah, and
well,
the
people have been going
anyway.
crazy over the current because of the shift in animation and directing style.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it gets something.
Yeah, maybe next year.
Yeah, I do think that the Wano arc has potential to get something.
To make something.
By the way, I want to thank everyone who's been subscribing and gifting and stuff. We got Mads Bosman, Sam the Gunman, Metal Mama. Thank you guys.
Studio Dean, best antagonist. Studio Dean didn't do anything. What did they do?
One punch.
Was that Dean? I thought that,
Who did One Punch Man?
I thought that was JC Staff.
Yeah, that was JC Staff. Yeah.
Okay.
My bad.
I feel bad for JC Staff.
The fact that
They just
kinda.
get dumped with shows that people just want to milk and not do anything.
Yeah, but I mean, they tried.
No, they really
They
do
did
try. I just feel bad. Those poor animators.
I
Anyway,
know, man. Like
category.
with how much money the anime industry is making now, and how much more popular it is than it used to be, we really need to kind of like up that game, because so many anime that are gonna make money are tossed off to like studios that can't handle it or are postponed for like 4 years.
7 Deadly Sins season 3.
Yeah.
Well, actually, about Seven Deadly Sins, that was specifically because the movie bombed, and so nobody wanted to pick it up for a season 3. Who's doing season 3? Is it JC Staff?
It's
think
Studio
it was
Dean,
it
but they
Dean? I think it
was
outsourced
Dean.
it to an
Dean.
even like lower rating studio.
Well, yeah, they were just handed it because it's like, hey, the manga's ending. Chance we have to do like another anime season,
That's really
But
what
it's like-
happened.
but we literally can't make this. Okay. Yeah.
No,
we
but
forget that
here's the
sometimes-
thing. Like, the
Aren't
manga
larger
has
projects.
consistently been like top 10 or top 5 selling in Japan. And even if the
Yep.
movie didn't do so well, the movie's not even part of the main storyline. So why would that make a difference?
I don't know. There are so many different factors that play
Seven
in.
Deadly
Part of
Sins
it
was
is
doing well.
merchandise.
The manga did well. The anime was picked up by Netflix.
Yeah.
Like they had that special season in between, which did well in itself.
Oh, the
like-
OVAs.
Yeah, the OVAs,
Yeah.
which are being
The,
called
the
a season.
canon OVAs, which is weird, because yeah, they're like a mini season 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I
well.
agree.
Rest-
Weird.
There's
rest
so
in
many
peace.
things about the anime industry that could be a whole podcast in and of itself. But I don't
Yeah,
want to
true.
sidetrack us any more than we already.
It's a
Okay,
big
what's the
mystery.
What's the next category, Mr. Nux?
All right. So best we didn't talk about best ending, but I do believe Kaguya-sama should have actually won. Like that makes sense.
I don't
mean,
actually know much
like,
about.
I don't
endings.
care much for it.
I
There's
like
so many
some
great
other
endings.
endings.
I'm fine with it winning. But it had an addictive.
Yeah,
that
I was
I
good with
think
it.
is a good marriage of animation. Like we were talking about the opening, I think that's a good marriage of the animation and the song, because the song is addictive.
Yes.
It's catchy. I think it's sung by Chica's voice actress, and the animation for her dance sequences are beautiful.
It's
Like, it's so
amazing.
fluid. You don't really see like just playful choreography like that. And I wish we saw more of it. So
Best protagonist, Senku from Dr. Stone, when it clearly should have been Machio from How High Are the Dumbbells Do You Lift thing.
I mean,
is that
Senku is a
best boy
good
or
protagonist.
best
I do like
protagonist?
This is
Senku.
best
He's
pro-
not my favorite, but I do like him.
I'm fine with
okay.
Senku winning.
It's okay. I would have given it to a few other characters. Not gonna lie.
I don't know. I actually even would have given it to Tanjiro over Senku. Weirdly,
I
Really?
gave it to Tanjiro in the World Anime Awards. Yeah.
yeah. Just
Senku
and
over
Emma,
Tanjiro. But like, I prefer Giorno.
But Giorno is cool, but I just love how Tanjiro is the glue that keeps the main cast there together. Like Nezuko, Zenitsu, and Inosuke. They're all, tied
Saitama
to
over
Tanjiro.
Saitama was
I guess I would go with Senku because he's kind of a more unique shonen protagonist compared to what we've had before.
great. Look, I like Senku. I thought it was cool.
More
He's
like
not my favorite.
more like shonen pro scientist. Am I right, guys?
Boom. I wish I had like what's that thing on the
Bro,
drums?
I wish Briggs was here right now because Seiya from Overly Cautious Hero should have been best protagonist.
Yeah, he does love that.
Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, I still need to watch that abridged when I get the chance. I almost auditioned for it, just didn't have the time.
What about Thorfinn from Vinland Saga?
He was good, but I
So-
mean, I wouldn't give him like.
I wouldn't have given him best
Best.
protagonist because I feel like this entire season of Vinland Saga was basically a background story for Thorfinn in the manga forward.
I'm just gonna throw some more names at you. What about Naofumi?
No,
I did not like him.
Nah, I would not put him as best protagonist.
I didn't hate
because
him. I think he's
I didn't-
okay, but he's nothing special.
I didn't hate him. My biggest thing is, and I guess I need people to confirm this for me, is I don't know what kind of character he's supposed to be. Is he supposed to be a straight up asshole, which I think is how he is in the light novels, or is he actually supposed to be
I feel
kind of
like
one of those, I'm acting really bad, but I'm secretly a nice guy?
I feel like he's supposed to be a jaded nice guy, right? If that makes sense. But I almost
I
feel
just
like
realized I pinged the wrong Rustage in my tweet.
you didn't even give me. Now people are all gonna follow this account that's not even mine. Like belongs to some fucking guy called Chris.
I'm so sorry.
somewhere.
Fucking Chris Rustage.
Well, he's gonna be his notifications are for the past hour.
Never
But-
tweeted.
How dare
So.
you? How dare
Oh my
you?
God! He has 2 followers that follow me. So
Yeah,
Aw.
how many people followed him? Like, wow, I want to follow this Rustage guy. He seems
sorry,
so
Rustage. What?
Just put out another tweet.
No, it's too
No.
late now.
This is still not as bad as what he does to Evanito. So
How
Yeah,
about this?
Are you
Post
still the
your-
cartoon cipher, or are you now just AJ cosplay?
Well, I have my own personal Twitter, and we have the Cartoon Cipher Twitter. I would have been fine with you tagged the Cartoon Cipher Twitter. I'm fine with you tagging either one. So that's honestly fine.
Well,
Like you can tag both. I don't care. It depends on if you want to whore me out. Channel. That's really what it comes down to.
well, I apologize, everyone, but look, sucks.
Okay.
Life sucks.
Yeah.
but-
so
but-
any other categories that we need to break down
But
here?
right before, does Mob count as a protagonist? Do you feel like he should have been nominated for
Absolutely.
best protagonist?
Yeah,
Should
he's
have
a
absolutely been
protagonist. Why wouldn't he
nominated.
count?
I liked Mob a lot more than Senku.
Yeah. Do you think Mob should have won best protagonist?
I think he should have gone further than Senku. I think Saitama should
Yeah.
have won best protagonist.
I really liked Mob's the first few episodes of season 2 where he's just kind of like slice of life developing as a student and like
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
like that part of it.
Well, this is the kind of thing about Mob Psycho. It's that the story kind of it's kind of like Hunter x Hunter, where the story kind of shifts away from Mob sometimes
Yeah.
for large sections of the show, and then he just walks into the middle of whatever the hell is going on.
Yeah.
So, I guess he's not exactly a protagonist that drives the plot, but neither was like gone from Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, not a lot of protagonists.
I'm right
drive-
now. I'm on the Crunchyroll, the official page of the Crunchyroll Awards, and they each
Yeah.
have a link next to each award to the anime, except for Carol on Tuesday.
Wait, was Carol and Tuesday literally the only show on here that's not platform?
I
Is it?
believe
No,
so.
no, Vinland Saga's not on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
on,
yeah,
on
it's on
Amazon
fucking
Prime.
It doesn't have a
Amazon.
link either.
Which is
it doesn't
why
have a link
nobody-
either.
Which is why which is why barely anyone watched it, which sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
All
For
right.
sure.
Do you want to hear this very, very interesting idea?
Shoot.
How about the reason why Demon Slayer won is because it's popular and on Crunchyroll.
I mean,
It's definitely easier for Crunchyroll to promote it
what is
Yeah.
the reason why you do an award show, right?
to
To make
celebrate
money.
the best. of the
Definitely not
best, I
for
guess.
money.
But like, what does celebrating the best do for Crunchyroll? It just advertises these shows for Crunchyroll, so
Well,
it's not.
Crunchyroll has always, since it became like official, has tried to advertise by the fans for the fans
Yeah, and
Yeah.
but it's
to
only-
varying degrees of success.
But why is it doing that? To garner fan support, so people watch things on their platform, right? I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, everything they do is for people
For
to
their
use their platform, right? And
Right.
having an award ceremony like this, I mean, we're just doing free promo for Crunchyroll right now, just talking about
Ah, god damn it, you're right.
it.
This video is sponsored,
Sponsored by.
And actually, to be honest,
sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
if they put a popular thing that's somewhat controversial as the winner, then that just generates more people talking about it, which generates more people knowing what Crunchyroll is.
So at the end of the day,
Oh,
last
like
year
all the
Devilman
controversy
won, and it's a
around
Netflix
Shield,
show, and the year before Made in Abyss won, and it's an Amazon show. So I
Yeah,
I
and
don't
My Hero
want to.
Academia did win a bunch of awards, but even though it's on Crunchyroll's platform, it's kind of primarily a Funimation show.
Yeah, well,
so-
no. I'm not. No, I wasn't saying like whatever wins gets more Crunchyroll like attention. I'm just saying if people talk more about Crunchyroll, people know what Crunchyroll is, regardless if that show is on Crunchyroll or
Okay,
not.
let's admit
okay.
it. If when Demon Slayer won, Ninja came on stage and said, "I told you."
Nah, they couldn't afford him.
No way.
If we're being honest.
No,
Although that is another thing. Like of most of these shows on the list, Demon Slayer I think is the one that broke out into the mainstream the most, and that probably played a part in a lot of.
You know
this.
what I'll say about Demon Slayer, and I've said this before. is that it's actually like it's an okay story. It at least from that season, like it's not that great, but the animation and the way that it's paced in the anime like made that show. And it's
Oh,
really
it's funny. I was recording a collab with GB right before, and I was like, "Hey, we're about to record a podcast. Want to join?" And she was like, "Sure," which is like it was so last minute. But basically, we were talking about Demon Slayer a little right before this, and she was like, "Yeah, I dropped it. I actually had to pick it back up. It was hard to watch at a few points." And I was like, "Oh my god, me too."
yeah, what I'm saying is like it's not a particularly
I
deep
dropped Demon
story,
Slayer,
right?
and I picked it back up later.
I read the manga of Demon Slayer because I needed to get through it quickly to do a song about it. And I didn't enjoy it that much when I read the manga of it. And then after watching the
Rustage.
okay. Again, I'm not that far in the manga. I'm sure it gets better, but I'm
Then
talking
after
about
watching the
I
anime, it kinda
understand
clicked.
the
as in-
current arc is like 80 chapters and it's kind of boring.
No,
The-
it's
what do you
not.
think,
That's
anime?
total bullshit.
I'm saying I read the manga of the equivalent of what the first season was. I read up
Okay.
to right, and I just didn't enjoy it. That I thought it was okay, right, and I was like, oh, this is all right. And after watching the anime, I wish I watched the anime because I felt like the animation made or break that show. And if it had a different animation studio behind it, it would be nowhere near as popular as
Yeah,
it,
I mean that's a
is
good
now.
point. How much animation studios can make or break a show?
And it is frustrating because there's a lot of really good mangas out there that would be like Black Clover, for example. I feel like would be way more mainstream if it had a way better animation studio behind it and did something in season similar to My Hero.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So
Yeah, no,
imagine
I can agree
My
with that.
Hero type quality animation for Black Clover. It would definitely have the same type of
Yeah,
hype.
people exactly right. And
Black
there's a lot
Clover
of shows
does
like
have
that.
that at times. The problem is its pacing is
Yeah,
abysmal.
yeah. And at least I feel like Demon Slayer is like one of the best adaptations I feel of a manga to an anime. Like they took an okay sort of manga and they made it amazing. And I can
It might
applaud
also
them
be,
for that.
like, in general, the production of a lot of Ufotable shows because they never rush their episodes, from
Yeah.
what I'm told. They always do things well in advance because a lot of the effects that lead to that great animation are all done in post-production with digital effects. So you kind of need to have the episodes done, most of the episodes done before you can do that. If more anime studios could do that, that would be great. But that's neither here nor there.
I will say though, to defend the Demon Slayer current arc, Nux, it is a long arc and the battle is long. However, the problem is that it's coming out weekly. If you were reading it like a year from now and just binging it,
I never read it. I never read the Demon Slayer manga. Telling you right now. I'm just telling you what people have told me that are reading it.
Yeah,
Aside from you, most people do not like it.
it's not true. I bet you had like one person tell you that, so don't say most people, and those people are wrong.
I've spoken to 3 people that read the Demon Slayer manga.
Name
Aside
them.
from you.
Name them now.
I will say that
Pins and anime balls deep.
I'm sure the Demon Slayer manga gets great later on. I'm just basing my opinions purely off like the season 1 equivalent. And I found that with a lot of shonen stuff. A lot of it doesn't start super crazy good and does get better later on. But
No, I mean, I do think the story, I like it because usually I'm the guy that's about story, so I don't care that much about animation, and so I would never
me too.
fanboy animation, and that is why I
Well,
do
I
really
love
like.
the animation of Demon Slayer. It deserved praise. Its episode 19 was actually amazing, and it deserved to break the
No, but I'm
internet.
saying if it was
great.
just great animation but story was bad, I would personally not care. Like Violet Evergarden, but I do think that genuinely Demon Slayer has a great story and a lot of heart, including the manga. But I'll stop.
I'm not,
fanboy.
and I'm also not saying that Demon Slayer has a bad story. I just think it's got a serviceable, all right story that's nothing particularly special. And yeah, if it wasn't for the animation, I think it would be nowhere near as popular. And that's why I don't think it should have won Anime of the Year.
I mean,
think
there are
Vinland
plenty of
Saga
anime
should've.
out there, like a manga out there, that are amazing that don't never get a good anime adaptation,
Yeah, and that really
and
sucks.
it just sucks. Yeah. So there's like
Yeah.
these really big fan bases for the manga alone, but
And
most
then
people don't know about it.
And I also get just frustrated that the One Piece anime isn't as good as it could have been.
Well,
Yeah.
One Piece is by far the best shonen manga right now. I mean,
manga,
like,
yes.
Okay, we
Let's
get it.
be
Okay, we
honest.
get it, Nux. I know.
Call a spade a spade.
Anything else we need to discuss before we wrap this up, boys?
Oh, okay.
That's more or less it.
What do you guys think? Anime
Animac,
of the year. should've-
you're an Attack on Titan stan. Why didn't Attack on Titan season 3 beat Demon Slayer?
At what?
Anime of the year.
Best anime.
Oh, because of popularity, Demon Slayer had more hype and more later on in the year. That's all.
Agreed.
So you're saying it didn't deserve it?
No, I mean, I think it does. No, so for anime of the year, I would say Vinland Saga, right?
Yeah,
That would be what I would say. But I do like Demon
Like,
Slayer
here's
and
the
Attack
thing.
on Titan.
I would give Demon Slayer anime of the year if we're not including the top 5. Okay, I think Mob Psycho, Promised Neverland, Vinland Saga,
Yeah.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Can I think of a 5th really quickly? I don't know. Those 4 were all better.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
fair.
those
And
those
can
are
agree.
the top 5 for me, I would say. So I don't care about the actual order. Vinland Saga first, but otherwise, those are the top 5.
Did you cover every category?
I think there's.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about the voice acting.
Yeah, you didn't talk about voice acting.
The
No.
Acting. Who
The
won
Japanese
that?
and English.
Speed
ones.
round.
I said Bruno. Bruno won, right?
And then Naofumi won, Billy won English.
Yep.
Any complaints?
I didn't watch a single of these in dub, so I have no opinion.
Yeah, that's fair. Industry icon.
Yeah, I think it's pretty deserved.
By the way, I love what you do, AJ. I just
Hmm?
don't relate.
no, it's fine. Honestly, it's totally fine. I really don't mind people that have their preferences. If anything, I almost prefer that sort of approach of I
Thank you,
watch
chat,
dubs.
for reminding me.
I don't
JoJo
watch
JoJo
this
is
anymore.
another one of the anime that's much better than Demon Slayer. So thank you. There's 5 anime way better than Demon Slayer this year.
Yeah, JoJo did get a lot of hype last year, but then it just kind of stopped towards the end of the year. So maybe I think proximity also kind of played a part in what got nominated and what got voted on, like you said. But no, I think Billy winning was good. If not him, then maybe Aqua's voice actress. I think the Konosuba dub is really, really good.
Yeah, I actually thought Konosuba one would have been my vote for best VA for English dub.
Bruno in the dub, in the JoJo dub.
Mm-hmm.
Who voice acted him?
Let me check. I actually have not watched JoJo's at all, so
What?
I know.
Audible gasp!
I know.
I know that should be an audible gasp for someone who's interested in voice acting, because if there is an anime that needs good voice acting and that consistently has good voice acting, it is JoJo's.
Well, it's one of those things. Okay, it was Ray Chase. Ray Chase is a good actor. He's been in a bunch of things from like Kingdom
I have
Hearts.
to say, him pronouncing Italian words, it was pretty funny.
Ray Chase is not
Mafioso, arrivederci. And I was like, wait a second. It's the Japanese version. It was arrivederci. That's what I'm talking about.
No, JoJo I will save for that because JoJo has a lot of opinions around it. But JoJo I will save all of that for that eventual dub video in the distant future.
Very
I may also do one for Demon Slayer, which is why I haven't caught up with it in a while. I'm waiting for it to finish airing on Toonami.
Sweet.
So that's just
Hell yeah.
that's just my hat in that. Do you guys want to comment on the Japanese act?
It's amazing.
Japanese
No,
voice
I mean who do you think?
Wait, are we comparing it to the English one or
No,
like
no,
a
no,
standalone?
like the best Japanese.
Won.
Oh,
Who should have
the
won?
best Japanese award. Who did
Best
win?
Japanese
It was
voice.
Bruno
Bruno.
from JoJo.
Okay.
He had great voice acting.
In general, the
Besides,
JoJo voice acting
I
is-
now speak Italian in Japanese accent.
Yeah, thanks, JoJo's Golden Wind.
Yeah,
Like,
JoJo's. I have a
and,
few
and every
friends,
Italian
and,
person
like,
just collectively sigh.
It's so funny. It's like I say
like,
"di morto" and I don't pronounce the L. I do an RU instead. "Di morto," and they're like, "What the hell are you saying?" Doesn't that mean that's great or something? I'm like, no. Oh. There we go. That's some good Italian right there.
Yes. Yes. A Japanese pronunciation of an English word
Could have actually
is
won
great
best
Italian.
voice acting. Thorkel could have won best voice acting. You heard real glee in his voice.
Yeah, he was great.
Thing.
All right. Well, are we
think
gonna
that's
wrap this up, boys?
Well, yeah. Do you want to do a speed round? I feel like people will be upset if you don't cover best comedy.
I mean,
yeah, we
yeah,
didn't do
whatever.
best comedy.
Best
Kaguya-sama
comedy.
is fine.
Yeah,
Next
yeah,
year, it's all gonna be
yeah.
interspecies reviewers, so I don't even give a shit. But yeah,
You know.
Kaguya-sama
All
is
right.
a good
So
comedy.
quick wrap up so that anyone that skips to the end will be rewarded. Best character design was Dororo, and we all agree that was a terrible idea. Best animation was Mob Psycho 100 Season 2, and we all agree that was a very good idea.
Mhm.
Best fight scene was Tanjiro and Nezuko versus Rui, which was definitely great, but I would have gone for Katakuri. I think that
Was it
Aaron,
good in the anime? We didn't even talk about this because I know it was good in the manga, but
it was
I'd
good
have-
in the anime. It was good in the anime.
We also had Zeke versus Levi, and we also had
Zeke
a bunch
versus
of,
Levi was great.
bunch of great fights in JoJo's.
We
too.
had
I saw a fight in
Risotto
Gintama
versus-
that was being shared.
that
Did
wasn't
anyone
this
watch
year.
that? It wasn't? Oh, okay.
Risotto versus Diavolo, which I think was probably the best fight of the year.
amazing.
And aside from Katakuri, I don't know, they were all great. Anyway, then there was best couple, which was Kaguya and Miyuki, and hell yeah, best couple, agreed. Best girl was Raphtalia. I think we all definitely agree that Raphtalia should not have won best girl.
yeah,
I
kinda
think
agree.
that we shouldn't have had those
Okay.
categories in the first place.
should have been
Or at
best
the
male
very
and
least-
female character.
Should have had
Agreed.
them better outlined.
Yeah, or
So-
or call
I
it
think that
most kawaii girl or something, and then we know
Yeah,
what
like
we're talking
cutest
about.
girl or something. That would
Yeah,
have been.
so then we know what we're talking about. We're talking about like otaku fanboying.
You don't even need to like change the title. Just make it that more distinct. Oh, who
Yeah.
is the who's the one that made your heart go doki doki the most? Edit that out. I did not say.
I
that.
felt some doki dokis in my Kokoro.
I felt a boner in
Well-
my heart.
It was a strange feeling. I've never felt something like that before. Anyway, so best boy was Tanjiro, and only Ananormy Uproar feels like that was a good choice.
Well, no, I think that he could be an argument
think it
can be
was an
made
okay
for him being
choice.
best protagonist.
Yeah,
That's what I
well,
said.
anyway,
Okay.
so I think Mob could have potentially won, or Bruno. Those would have both been great calls. Best
Mm-hmm.
opening was 99.9 from Mob Psycho Season 2. I think we all agree that it had the best animation in openings. But
Yes.
I think
like
I think we all have
a
our
lot
own
of-
opinions as to what should have won that.
a lot of songs did better. I think we all agree that there was at least one other song that, as far as the music goes, was better.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll definitely listen to more.
Best ending
other
sequence,
openings of the Mob one.
Mob 1. I thought it was a great opening. Best
No,
ending
like, I'm
sequence,
just talking about the song.
yeah,
Like,
the song was great too.
specifically listening.
I
Go
do
on,
one
sorry.
thing that I have to say about Crunchyroll, that they did a bad job subtitling that song. Like, there was one thing, it's I can feel your masturbation. Like, that's lyrics, okay? That's in the song, and they did not include that in the subtitles. It was so sad.
I don't think it's masturbation, bro.
It's masturbation. Listen to it again, Animac, and your mind will be blown. All right. Anyway,
Now all
best
he's
ending
gonna hear
sequence.
is masturbation.
You will.
That's
I'm
my
telling
first-
you, that's what he says. They say that in the song.
Okay.
Every day, all I hear is masturbation.
Nice.
Did you hear it?
Can you? Did you
Yes.
hear? Did you hear? Can you hear the sounds? Masturbation on the wind.
Glip glop glop. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Is that what your masturbation sounds like, Nux? Glib glop.
Nah, I was just thinking of Sword
I
Art
might just see a
Online, where it's
doctor
like,
about
you remember in Sword Art Online?
No.
No, I think it was
No.
only in the light novel. In the Sword Art Online, it's like, and 2 years of semen glopped out of it. I was
Oh
like, wait,
yeah,
is
that
it
was in the
worse?
light novels. like that
yeah.
one mini chapter that the guy
no.
wrote.
I'm imagining you like, oh, time to get masturbating. Glib glob glob. Oh, done.
Don't underestimate little
Sounds like-
Nuxanor.
Loud drops of rain hitting.
I'm also assuming that Nux is the type of man that announces when he's masturbating.
We have a masturbation chamber.
I
No,
know Nux is the kind of guy who narrates and he's masturbating.
no, he's actually a very shy masturbator. Trust me,
Oh yeah,
I'll take
Trust
your word for
Animac.
it.
He would know.
I would know.
All
right. Anyway, moving on. Best ending sequence. Kaguya-sama. We all agree it should have won.
No,
Yeah,
there's other options.
It did
Didn't it win?
because he didn't watch Kaguya-sama.
it did
I
well.
did watch Kaguya-sama, but I'm not super
Heck,
into it.
let's. Yeah.
Kaguya did win best ending.
Yeah, it was a great ending.
You're talking about like
Best-
the Chica dance and shit, right?
Yeah, the
Chica
Chica
dance.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan.
Best
of it.
performance by a voice actor in English was Naofumi, Billy Kametz.
Don't
Which-
wouldn't know that.
As the only one who's watched him, yeah,
I've never-
I can accept.
I
that.
didn't watch a single dub anime this year, so okay. Best Japanese voice acting was Yuichi Nakamura as Bruno Bucciarati, and he did a great job.
Yeah.
Best fantasy, The Promised Neverland, which is not really so much of a fantasy, but I guess it's in the anime at least.
Yeah, contention about that one.
Contention about that one, but what fantasy would have been better this year?
Okay,
there were
but
not a
didn't we
lot of
already
good
talk
fantasies.
about this, guys?
Yeah,
I-
we did.
Yeah, we did.
One
He's
Piece.
just giving a
One
quick.
Piece
like,
should have won
Anyway.
Best Fantasy. Fuck it. Next category.
Hell
But-
yeah!
Yeah,
Best
actually,
comedy,
yeah.
Kaguya-sama. It actually was funny. I would have given it to Dumbbell probably, but Kaguya-sama was funny. Best drama, Vinland Saga. It should have. Well, it shouldn't be an. It shouldn't even be an award. Best director was Tetsuro Araki from Attack on Titan.
because we
and-
literally can't think of anybody else.
because we needed to give Attack on Titan something. All right. Best score, Carol and Tuesday. I agree. Everyone's
Yep.
happy with that one.
Yep,
Best protagonist, Senku. I think everyone's at least content with that,
I'm content with that.
right? I'm content with that.
I
It
think-
needed to win
I think he
something after
deserves
all.
it. I like him.
Like they had best boy and they had best girl, and they were like, "All right, so how do we give Dr. Stone an award? Best protagonist."
Definitely not.
Anyway.
Best animation.
Best opening, Dr. Stone. Sakai Yamaru World.
Okay, to be fair, I love the openings for Dr. Stone. I don't think they
Do
should
you
have won
really?
it. I like them. I don't think they
No,
would have won anything. So I think we're
Well,
good with that.
We're good with that. Best antagonist, Isabella from Promised Neverland. We're all content with that
Yep.
because Askeladd isn't really an antagonist. And Anime of the Year Demon Slayer, which we all disagree with. Okay.
But
And that's the Crunchyroll Awards. Hip hip hurrah.
Yay.
yeah,
Tune in next
that'd be
year
fun.
when Interspecies
Yay.
Reviewers wins everything.
Come to the-
Subscribe for that video that will definitely come out in a year. Links to everyone that joined us in the description of the YouTube video. This podcast is findable everywhere you find podcasts. We stream it live on Twitch. We're also on YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts.
We're actually not on
And with that
SoundCloud.
said, shut up, Animac. This is my podcast.
SoundCloud makes you pay specifically for them, and we don't play that.
Nope.
Yeah.
You heard it from Animac. We're boycotting SoundCloud.
Fuck SoundCloud. More like Sound Clowns.
Ooh, roasted.
I'll bring
Rusted
drums.
diss
next
track on SoundCloud coming soon.
time. It's
There
been
you
a
go.
pleasure talking with all you guys, and it's
Yeah.
nice to meet some of you.
Likewise.
Hell yeah.
Nice to meet you, Mr. AJ.
Likewise, Rustag. I will be sure to follow your
Rustag?
Yeah.
Rustag.
Stag.
I'm sorry. I just read your.
It is Rustage, but I
Rustage.
can't fault you because Nox has been pronouncing it wrong the entire time as a joke.
Yeah.
My mind has been all over the place.
Also,
I'm sorry.
before we go, I just
I
want to say
still
that Mil
think it
Fisakai
should
Mil
be-
Fisakai should have won Best Comedy.
It
What?
should be Rustage.
It's my real last name. I can't change what it's pronounced.
Yes, you can.
That's
Yes,
like
you can't
saying
just
like,
say you're
oh,
French. Say
oh
you're a
Daniel,
Frenchman.
you should pronounce that Daniel.
I like that.
Okay,
And you guys
Daniel.
can call it the cartoon Cipher.
All right. Well, Nukes Tacos here, signing out.
Yeah. Thank
Do
you
we have
guys.
to
See you
read-
next
do you wanna
week.
read reviews?
Goodbye.
See
Oh,
you next
got
week.
reviews?
You want to read reviews?
I actually have to go,
Right.
but next time. Thank you all for your time. See you next week. And also don't forget to check out the One Piece Virgin podcast, which we also do, and it's pretty great. And until next time, see you, Space Cowboys.
I have a podcast too now. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, check out Rustage's podcast.
Just be an
Stay
edit.
weird, fam.